Hi, students. So I made a bit of progress with this and I wanted to share a few things with you. If we have a look down here, you can see now I was able to get an opening section into that curtain wall window arrangement there. And how I was able to do that was this. So uh, you remember the last video I showed you, we used the transfer project standards, but transfer project standard doesn't actually move families. So that was the problem there. So this is what I did. For a typical door like that, I selected it, went to edit family, and then said load into project, and I loaded it into my project here. Okay. So that's what I did there. And if you go along, so there's single left hand with a handle. There's a single with a bar. Okay, going that way. There is a window pane, non-opener or opener. You double wider doors, solid panels, tilt and turn windows, side opening windows. I don't know, opening outwards windows. And what's that one there? Same. Okay. So if you select each one of those, open the family, and then load them into your project, you'll now get access to them. And I'll show you that if I get back to my 3D here. Okay. I'm going to close that one down because I have these loaded in. Now, so if I wanted to make this one, say, an opening window, something like that, I'm just going to use my tab until I select the panel. I'm going to unpin it. That's the thing about these shoe codes, they're all pinned. So in order to swap it out, I have to unpin it. Now I can do the drop down box here and I can pick an insert window like so. Okay, so that's how that is done. Now, what I did was I literally just took that and the curtain walling and I copied it over into the copy clipboard and then I pasted it up into the level here. All right, so that is that. Now, so I had to go at the curtain walling here. Few things here. Well, I suppose first of all, I created the slopey wall, and you're going to be asking me, well, how did you create the slopey wall? Okay, so if I go into my wall here, and so I decided to create, as we had talked about before in one of the videos, this is the atrium wall, is what I'm calling it. And it has the CLT and the service uh, uh, service zone as well. So that's the whole wall together. And the reason I decided to do that is because I don't have to get around columns and things like that in this case here in one sense. Now, again, all of these things might change. All right. So, but I've created that wall now. So how do you go about creating a slope wall? So we go from the ground floor up to the atrium. Okay. And then I'll just pull that out like so. Okay. Now select it and then come over to its type properties here. And that's what you look for, cross section, and hit the drop down box here. And you can go slanted and you can put your angle in here at 2 degrees and apply. And if I 3D, you can see now you've got, I should have done that the other way. I should have come clockwise. I did that anti-clockwise. And that's how you create your slope wall. So once you get once you create it, you can push it in. Now your curtain walling that I created here is exactly the same. It's slanted at 2 degrees. That's basically it. And curtain walling is done the exact same way. You put in the grids and apply. Well, it'll apply the mullions automatically if we're using the Shuko system. So that's that one, that one, that one, and that one. Now, when it comes to the south elevation here, okay, so there's a couple of things, and I've differed from the elevations in the PDF set here for a couple of reasons. One is that probably could get the curtain wall to slope 2 degrees, but it only slopes here, okay? And then the rest of it is straight. And that was proven to be difficult. So I decided here, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to do a vertical um, curtain wall. So that's why I've got this piece at the top here, okay? So that's a wall piece there. And if you have a look at the plan here, you'll see I've got a wall piece there. All right. And if we look at it in 3D, that's kind of how it looks like there. Okay, so I've got a piece of wall that's vertical, and then if you like, it meets the sloping wall or whatever. That's something I'll have to rectify there. That's plasterboard, and I'm going to create a little wall that'll cover that over with the finish there as well. Now, so once I had established that that's the way I was going to do that, you can see here as well on the west elevation, I created a piece of wall underneath the roof there in order to rather than bring that up and have this one looking different to that one. Okay, so I thought that was a simpler solution to do that. So then I created the curtain wall. This is the entrance, and you can see now I've got my doors. I just swapped out the panels for each of the doors in that case. And then when you come across to this side here, I did something similar. See that? So I got my straight wall up there, my wall up in the top, and that means I was in a position to be able to create the curtain walling on 90-degree angles, if you like. All right, so that was that one. Now a little bit of I wouldn't say trouble, but I had to do a little bit of fudging in around here and whatever in order to get that wall in around there. So currently where I stand is this. Let's get into a section here. So here's section 2. Now you can see that I've created a parapet here. Okay, I'll bring that CTL up to meet that. This one, this parapet is higher than this one here because I might go in and do a green roof in here. I haven't fully decided that one as yet. Okay, and then I haven't fully decided how I'm going to do that there as yet. So I'll just bring this over and show you. Okay. So that is the basis of the CT wall that I've been using. And there's my plasterboard, my service cavity, my CLT wall. That's the Glutex insulation. You've got your breather membrane there, service cavity, battens, and a finish here. So that is the arrangement that I have been using. That's what I based it on there. Okay. And yeah, so that's kind of that's it. That is a solid wall in there. That's plasterboard that you're seeing, and that one should probably go to the underside of this one here. So I can pick it and I can go touch, chop, and base to that one. Now I did a little bit of a sneaky in there in that I created a roof within the architectural plan so that I could use that particular tool. Now. Now there's a few anomalies here. The obvious one being this column and that beam coming through the glazing. So I need to solve that. Something going on with my column here as well. So I need to go into the structural model to sort that. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to delete that column, and I'm probably going to delete that one as well. All right. And then I'm going to take these two and I'm going to move them up into the corner. Into this corner here and into that corner there. Okay, so what does that do for me? If I go back to the 3D and we just take a look at the underside here. Okay, so we do need some support here for those joists that I've got in there. And we could always turn some joists and come this way as well. It's not too difficult to sort. I just need a bit of support for it. But if I take that column out then and I join those two, I could nearly cantilever that because they're not taking a huge amount of weight in one sense. And remember, I'm talking about moving this column up closer here as well, so that that'll be supporting that beam. So I think the cantilever would work there in that case. I might be able to take out that beam altogether in one sense as well, and just rearrange the joists or something like that into a ladder or something along those lines, or even take the roof back a little bit so that it's not sticking out as far as it should be. The other thing that I think I'm going to do is I'm going to, when I go into the structural plan here, is I think I'm going to leave the joists in, but I'm going to delete the roof, and I'm going to create the roof here in the architectural model. So just right click on that. We'll just turn off the halftone here, and we'll see how we're doing. So that's how that's looking there. Okay, let's have a look at section 3. Have I any other sections here we could take a look at? I'm going to take a look at this one here. Okay, and so that's how that one's looking there. So I got to get some glazing in here. Do you remember we were going to talk about that, so that'll go in there. But because it's a wall, again, I could do the same thing that I've done here, is I can cut a hole out of the wall, and then I'll run the curtain walling through there, and I'll put in the glazing that way. Okay, so I hope that helps you along for that. I've got to get some windows and some doors and various bits and pieces in there, but that's no problem. I've been able to do it everywhere else, so it shouldn't be a problem in terms of doing that. I've arranged the horizontal mullions, to match the PDF as close as I can. I just put on a generic roof there at the moment. I'm going to probably put a zinc roof on in there. And as I said, I just need to sort out those couple of columns and something on the reverse side of the wall here, just to protect that. But there, yeah, that's minor, but it's kind of it'll finish it off. But I think I've set this up now for you in the sense that let's check the first floor plan here. Okay. So we've got our stair corridor there. If I go into the ground floor plan, you see I've introduced in the PDF. So I can literally start drawing up walls and putting in doors, putting in ceilings, things like that. And that'll all go really, really quickly, I think. There are some tricky details, and these are the details I'd be asking you to look at. That corner now, for starters, because there's various different levels involved in that. We'll be asking you to look at that. But I think that's kind of everything for the moment. So that gives you a really good start for both your architectural and your structural models, and the combination of the two the same. I'll be issuing you with a site model as well, based on the site that is in the PDF too. Okay, so as I constantly say to you, these are my solutions here. That's my solution for that one there, and this one here to get the vertical glazing, and to get the glazing in here, and to solve that kind of problem there as well. You might come up with something different, and by all means do that. That would be great. If you take a look at this wall here as well, I'm just going to go into the edit type properties, and this is a good little trick. So wrapping at ends exterior is a good idea. That generally by default is none. But if you do it exterior, then it should wrap the cladding, the timber cladding that I had around the corner there. Okay, you can see it's done it here. All right. Oh, it's wrapping at inserts as well. That's what that is. Let's just make sure that we've got that wrapping at inserts. Okay, wrapping at inserts both, and we'll do exterior, apply, and okay. And that should bring those, it's not done it, but it should bring those around the corner. Okay, minor little things like that to be still to be sorted. All right.